I am the social media manager and video content producer for Soren Group. So I work with a lot of different clients, posting on their social media profiles, and I as well make some video content projects for different clients as well as Soren Group, and I also run the social media for Jason's Heart, whose sister company is Soren, and so I run their social media as well. So today I'll be teaching a class through Jason's Heart called How to Edit Video with Your iPhone. This is specifically for iPhones because we'll be using the platform iMovie, so it's specifically kind of how to use that platform, how to use that application, and create a fun little project for your enjoyment or the enjoyment of others. So what you're going to want to do first is make sure that you have iMovie downloaded to your iPhone. That's the first step. Second, you want to make sure that you have all the video you need, video and photos that you want in your project already on your phone. Just a little bit of advice when it comes to videotaping. You're always going to want your video to be horizontal. If you want to use YouTube or Facebook as your platform, video projects just tend to look a lot better when you're filming horizontally on your phone. However, if this is a specific project for applications like TikTok, it's completely understandable why you may want to have your phone vertical while filming, because people mainly watch videos on TikTok on their phones. And so that's the way that they're shown, is vertically. So it just depends on whatever you plan on posting the project on, whether it be Facebook or YouTube or TikTok. Just make sure that you are filming your video in the according position. So I'm going to click on iMovie here. Once you have that downloaded, we're going to go to projects. So it'll show you this button, and it'll show you projects that you might already have, but you're going to click on the plus button to start a new movie, and it gives you two options. So I'll briefly describe the trailer option. Today we'll be making a movie, but I'll just kind of describe what the other option is. It's pretty, it tells you right there, it provides quite a few different templates that would set you up to only have to fill in the text and videos for a desired movie trailer. So that's what the template essentially builds for you, as a trailer for a movie. It's a fun thing to use for school projects and things like that. We won't be using it because it's specifically tailored to make it look like you're promoting a film. But it's a fun little thing to use, and it has a bunch of different themes that you can use depending on what kind of feel you want your movie to look like. But today we're going to click on movie. And so when you click on movie, it's going to go to your media, and it's going to go to all your pictures and videos that you have. I'm going to go to my albums here because I have a specific album here for iMovie. And these are all the videos that I'll be using today. You can use your videos and pictures, and any of the things that we use for editing can be used to both videos and pictures. I just have videos on here for today. So go ahead and select any of the media that you want to use. Preferably choose it in the sequence that you want it to be shown in your project. But it's not a big deal if you decide you want to move something around. I'll show you how to do that in just a second. So once you have everything selected, you're going to click on Create Movie. Automatically, it's going to put all of your videos together in the order that you selected them. This comes to about 3 minutes, but by the time we're done, it'll probably be around 2 minutes. So this is just a fun little tutorial on how to make a pretty short video. So you can go ahead and kind of look through, make sure everything's there. You've got all your fun videos. These are supposed to be kind of fun and aesthetically pleasing. They're just some things I've had on my phone from a trip. So that's what we'll be using. So first of all, it's going to show you all your videos here. Naturally, it's going to put just these automatic transitions in between, which I'll show you how to change those. But I'll show you kind of some of the basics. So when you first get on here, you're just going to click on one video. So we'll click on this video. And this video is kind of long. So we're going to kind of adjust the length of this video. And all you have to do, you don't have to click on anything on the bottom. You don't have to click any of these buttons down here. You don't have to click any of that. Just click on the video, and two little yellow bars on the sides of that video will show up. And that will help you decide. So if I'm going to de-length it from this side over here. So I'm making it shorter from the beginning. You can do the same thing from the end and make it shorter from there. So now we have like our shorter main video, the video of what we want people to see. And now that that's the main course, we're going to do the same thing to the one after. People's attention spans are really short. So my advice is to make sure that none of your videos are too long. I preferably not longer than 3 seconds. That's kind of the current consensus, is that most people can't really keep their attention on one thing for that long. So that's my advice if you're making kind of a short form video, to kind of make it pretty short. Make sure your clips are, 3 seconds or less. So I'll just make that a little shorter. We'll start right there. Okay, so I'll go back through these. I'll make this one a little bit shorter so it looks better there, and that's still a pretty long video. I've got a few different ones here. Okay, so I'll show you kind of how to move things around. So if you see that your sequence just doesn't fit together, all you have to do is click and hold. If I can click on that, I'll do. Well, for some reason. There we go. So you can move it around. Just click and hold on one of those videos, and you can move it to basically wherever you want in the video. If you decide that, that would actually look good after this clip, just click and hold. This would look better after this clip. Click and hold on that one. So that's kind of an easy thing to do, is just make sure you're clicking. Just click outside of those buttons on the bottom there. I realize that's kind of, you want to make sure you're clicked out of a video before moving those around. So we'll kind of go through some of the buttons that they show you here. So I'll show you, we'll go to this one. So if you click on the scissors tool on the bottom there, you're going to see a couple different options. It's going to show you split, detach, duplicate, delete. So I'll show you what split is. It's pretty self-explanatory. You click on split and it splits your video. So if you decide that, this video is kind of long, but I'd really like to revisit it so that people see the whole thing, just click on split. It splits it in half, and then you can revisit that second half later in the video. So see, I just kind of moved that a little bit. So this is the first half. We've got a couple videos in between, and then we got the second half there. So that kind of is an easy way to split up something that maybe would lose people's attention, but that you can revisit later on. So that's a handy little tool. Another thing that you can do, and I do this for all my videos, is if you click on detach, you're going to notice a little bar shows up on the bottom. What that is that's going to be your audio. So what I like to do is, because I normally add a soundtrack to my videos, I'll detach the audio, and you can overlap sounds. So if you decide to put a sound in the background, you can still have that natural sound. And you can decide the volumes of each to kind of decide what you'd like people to hear over the other. But I'm going to remove all natural sound from this one, so I'm going to delete that. I'm going to go through and do that. So all you have to do, you click on the video, click on attach, click on delete. And that's mostly because a lot of times you have people talking in the background, you have loud things that distract from the main point of the video or the main aesthetically pleasing things of the video. And so a lot of times, because I add a soundtrack, I don't want too many sounds that are kind of getting in the way of each other. So that's what I'm going to do to all of these here. I'm going to get rid of the detach, delete. So all of my audio is gone now on all of these clips. So I'll show you what to do if you want to add soundtrack. So iMovie actually comes with a theme soundtrack that you can add to any video, and the free version comes with this one theme soundtrack. So if you click on settings down in the lower corner, click on settings, you can click on theme soundtrack. So turn that toggle on. This also gives you the options for a bunch of different themes that you can add to your video, but those are very specifically tailored for if you want to make a commercial or a travel video or whatever it is. But we're going to leave ours pretty simple and plain today. But you can click on any of those and it will apply to all of your clips. Same with these project filters at the top here. So so that was off, click that on. So if you click that on, you're going to see this green bar at the bottom, and that's going to be that theme soundtrack that comes with iMovie. So you have a few different options. You can actually use songs that you have downloaded to your iTunes on any of these movies. However, depending on what you're posting those on, you might have some copyright issues. So if this is a fun project that you just want to show you and your friends or you and your family, and you don't really plan on putting it anywhere, it's very easy to go onto any music you have downloaded on iTunes and add that on there. However, if this is for Facebook or YouTube, you can kind of run into some copyright issues. Some artists don't let you play their music on videos in the US. Some just don't let you play it in Korea. So if you don't care as to what countries can or can't see the video, you can kind of play around with what artists allow what. But Facebook a lot of times will flag you if you try to use sounds that aren't yours. So just in advance, if it's that kind of project, it's easy to just use their little theme background sound. That's pretty helpful. Otherwise, you can go online. There are plenty of royalty-free music download sites that you don't have to do anything for. You just download them. And add them on here. Or there are also a lot of sites that are free downloads, but they'll ask for credit, which you can always put in the description of your video on whatever platform you're using, whether it be Facebook or YouTube or whatever. So there are definitely a lot of options for music. We're just going to add the theme soundtrack because this is a fun video and it fits for it. And it kind of has the same feel, so it definitely works well if I wanted to post this wherever I wanted. So you can kind of hear that here. Okay, so that's the sound. That's their main little soundtrack that they'll put on your video if you choose to have their theme. It's uplifting and it's upbeat, so sometimes that might not always be what you want, but for this particular video, it sounds pretty good and it helps with any copyright issues that might come forward with something else. So so I showed you detach. We detached the music off of those, but let's do duplicate. So if you click on duplicate, it essentially does what it says. So whatever video you click on and then click duplicate on, it's going to create a second just like it. You can edit that however you want, and it won't affect the original video. Same vice versa. If you edit the original, it won't affect the one that you already duplicated. And you can revisit that video later on if you want it duplicated. You don't have to just add the same video through media again. It's just easy to duplicate it if you want the same video. So I'll delete that. We don't need it duplicated, but that's what that does. Another thing that you can do, delete is pretty self-explanatory, but we can mess around a little bit with the speed of these videos. So if you click on speed over here, that's going to be the little timer kind of clock-looking logo on the bottom next to the scissors, and it's going to have the 1x means this is at its regular speed, so you can make it faster or you can make it slower. And slower will obviously make it a lot longer. You can see the bar getting longer. Faster will make it shorter. So if we want this a little bit faster, let's just do 2 times faster. So you can tell it's a little bit choppy when you move certain things faster. It depends on whatever project you're doing, but it works on most things. So if we make it shorter or slower here. Again, it's kind of choppy. This is a free application, so it's not always going to be the best when it comes to speed. So you can always use other applications and then upload it to here, but that's a quick and easy way to make something that you need to last a little longer, slower, or go by faster, quicker. So that's a really easy thing to use for those. So that's the gist of the speed. So what we're going to do, I'm going to show you how to do a freeze frame next. So I'm going to go to this video, and that's my mother. She's wonderful, and I'm going to click on freeze. So when I click on freeze, it adds a little freeze frame. So I'll show you what that looks like. It'll stop in the middle of the video and freeze for just a couple moments. So there it stops. So I'm going to put that white line at the beginning of that freeze frame. And this is a cool thing that I've kind of learned to do if you're adding credits to the end of your video. I found it really helpful, and I ultimately just think it's fun. So I clicked on the little T at the bottom there for text. There's a lot of different options here when it comes to what fonts and effects you want. I'm going to click on this split one here because I think it's pretty fun. And then you're going to click on title text here up at the top of the screen. Click on edit. And I'll edit that to say mom on it, just to kind of give her credits because she's in the video. And if you want to edit how big it is, just zoom in with your fingers right there on the video where you edited it, or move it around the screen. You can do whatever you want to do. So I'll put that there. And we can see the finished product of the text over the freeze frame. So that was kind of a fun little thing where it freezes, tells you who it is, and then it moves on to the rest of the video so that you don't lose your engagement. So that's kind of a fun thing that I've always done, using the freeze frames and text with, because freeze frames are actually really useful and kind of a really fun way to kind of show you know what you're doing in the video, and it's just all around a fun way to do that. And there's a bunch of different effects and text fonts that you can use for that. Like I said, there's plenty of those down here. You got gravity reveal. You can say whatever you want on any of those. So that's the text button pretty much for you. We're going to go to, so volume's pretty self-explanatory. We've got this out. We've got our theme soundtrack at the bottom here, which is this green bar. And if you click on the volume button, I'll actually make it a little bit less so that it's not as loud when I'm explaining what's going on when we play it. So I made it a little bit less loud. You can just adjust your volume however you want. I can go up to 500%, which would be very loud. So you don't want it that high. It always starts out at 100, and you can adjust it however after that. I'll just leave it right there. So that's the gist of volume. I just showed you text, all those different options that you can add to any clip. Or any video. So the last thing that is on here would be the filters. So the filters are for that in general, and it's such an easy way to make a video look retro, especially from the being comfortable on your phone. It's just such an easy for these videos here. And that's the little sideways looking at our glass right here. So I just clicked on that, and so that's our transition. And you'll know after you app and you it and give different options. all very added some freeze frames and text to this one. So that's the gist of the main controls on here. If you are using iMovie on a computer, on a laptop or anything like that, they normally do offer a couple more buttons to use, and sometimes it's a little bit easier to add your sounds onto that. But this is pretty much the most you can do for a phone video, for editing the video from your phone on your phone. So that's pretty much the gist of that. So once you're done, you're going to click on done, and it's going to give you the option to name the movie. So it came to 1 minute, 59 seconds, so about 2 minutes, like I said, and we'll just name this Myrtle Beach. I already have one that's called that. We'll do So I named it Vacation. That video will track for sharing, and I'll go back into edit. And this is our final project. This is the final edit that we've got. Okay, so that was our video. It's even a few other things can be shortened or lengthened or sped up. There's a lot to play with there, even with such a short amount of clips or videos. And don't forget that you can also add pictures into that and do the same thing to any of those that I did to any of the videos. Those will just naturally already be essentially a freeze frame. So that's the only thing that you can't really add to those that will change up the video that much. So that's pretty much what we went through today. We went through all the buttons and everything, and I hope that you learned how to make a video that will increase your enjoyment as well as the enjoyment of whoever you want to show it to or post it for. And I hope that this was really helpful in kind of learning your way around iMovie and around editing video in general. My name is Victoria. Email victoria@sorengroup.com if you want to ask me any questions about this. you can definitely come to me and I can let you know if there's something else you can do or any advice when it comes to filming the video in the first place. So thanks for supporting Jason's heart, and thanks for being one of the people helping people.